Alright, welcome to a new devlog for Balls Invaders. But yeah, I have a lot of stuff to show you. Let's see what has been added and what has changed and yeah, everything. So, first of all, when you start the game, there's a nice title now. Before it was simply the menu on a gray background, so it was a bit boring. And there's also new ambience sound on each world. There's something to listen to, and all the UI item action in the game has sounds. So if I do a new game now, are you sure? Yes. So one other thing is I added a welcome screen. It's mostly a help menu. There's some explanation about the game, how to use a certain functions. It's going to explain a bit the game and give you some tips. And it's also going to give you some shortcuts to use in game. And when you're done, you go back on your island because now I added the player islands. So this is the island you start on when you start a new game. And when you continue your game, you'll spawn back on this island. So that's a bit more interesting. Before you were just dropped on the gray background with the world option, so you could invade other worlds just like that. But now that's going to be pretty interesting. It's only the start, so later there's going to be more to it. But yeah, the player has its own island. The inventory system has been reworked a lot. For those that follow my tutorial series on the inventory module, well, that's it. I was working on it on my game, and then I thought I could share it, so both are evolving at the same time. So the whole inventory system has changed, and now you have more equipment slot. Before you only had four, and you didn't have any space to put your item in. So now you have five inventory slots just to keep items, and you have your eight equipment which have a type. So you can only equip the offhand type in your offhand slot. And as you progress in the game, you'll find new type of equipment to fill all of those equipment slots. And I also added some consumable, some usable item. So here we have the tiny healing potion. That's one of them. But I'll come back to the items. So on your islands, when you start, there's nothing. But in your inventory, you'll have your portal. So it's a deed to build your portal. Yeah. So if I use my portal, I enter in the build mode and I can place my portal anywhere. There you go. And I also have a small shop, so I can use that and build a small shop anywhere. When you have built them, you can go near them and then you can interact with those buildings. So the shop has some item for sale, and you can sell your item also if you control left click your item. So to get gold, you must invade other worlds. So now the other worlds will be locked, and you have to start from the first one, which is grass. Then you need to go to the level 10 in the grass world to unlock the next one, and so on. Let me show you the items. So here I have a special chest, which is not in the normal game. But this one has all the item in the game. I have approximately 150 items. And yeah, you have the potions, you have your small clocks. So those, you can find them starting at level 10, I think. You can buy them at the shop to have more time because your portal here is not strong enough to keep you infinitely in another world. So you'll need time. And yeah, I've split the inventory and the stats of the player. So if you open your stat window, you'll see the available time you have, and you can get items to increase that. So that's pretty interesting. And yeah, so the timer here will increase the time a bit if you want to go further in the world, because the higher the level you're in, the more item you'll get, the more the enemy will give you experience, and so on. And before, the item had affixes, but it was just anything on it. Now they have base stat, so the stick will always have damage. There's a range, it's going to be random. So the wooden sword has damage, the club has damage, and the armor has defense and other things too. And yeah, there's rarity now. So this is a Q rarity. We'll always roll one additional properties. There's going to be the interesting, which will be 2. Then you'll have cool. This one has 3 to 4 properties. And you have the epic. This one is epic. Uncaring Mongrel. This is an epic living equipment. It will have 5 to 6 properties on it. And also you have your inventory with 5 inventory slots in it, but you can also increase your space. If you get some bags, some little container, you can increase your inventory like this. And the biggest one is the chest. Cool container will give you 5 more slots. So it's useful when you want to invade other worlds to collect as much item as you can, and then you can come back at your island, sell them, and hopefully buy something pretty cool. And yeah, the stat and properties on the items has changed. Before in your stats, it was strength, dexterity, vitality. Now I added a few more, and they affect the sub stat and the bonus stat too. So there's more things that interact with each other. And when you find a new item, it's always fun to try to compare it and try to see how it's gonna affect your playstyle. You can decide to go with more damage or more defense or more life, or try to go with dodge chance probably. And if you're further in the world and you want to try to get more gold, so you could get gold find. So there's a few things added to those items that are pretty interesting. Let's see for the worlds now. The world generation has been upgraded. So before there was a glitch where the enemies could spawn in a inaccessible place, and now there will always be a path to them. So when you invade a world, you simply have to go next to them and punch them. Then this is new. Before you had a chance to loot an item at the end of the level, and you were getting some experience. Now the experience is only gained by defeating the enemy. The items are found in the levels. You have a chance to find a chest in the world. You can increase the chance of finding a chest if you have the stat loot chance. So if you want to find more, that's the way to go. So the level completed will show you some information about your current level and the next level. You can decide if you want to stay in the current one or go to the next. So right now it's say my tickles, so I should be able to do it. So I will try the next level. You can click the button or you can press N for the next level. The current one is C, and this one is for returning to your island escape. Normally this game is played fast, so you can simply keep your finger on the keyboard unless you're opening a chest and you want to pick one of them, because you can open chest and press T to loot everything. So let's say I'm gonna go to the next one and press N and then defeat this guy. And to go faster, I can use the arrow key and WASD at the same time. So now we see that the next level is Might Die. Well, that might be pretty hard. The thing is, I see that I'm gonna level up, and when you level up, you get 1 vitality, 1 might, and 1 constitution. So you'll be a bit stronger. So I'll try it. Level up. Okay, no, I think I'm not gonna do it. But I have my little potion, and I can use Q to quick drink a potion. So now I should be able to complete it. And there you go. So let's return to the island. So yeah, I did a big rebalancing of all the player stats and items and the enemy also. Since I redid all the items and stuff, I had to change the balance of the game. The experience curve has been changed, so it's more interesting. Before it was way too long to level up. And now there's also a little text indicator. So if you don't have the gold to buy something, there's going to be a little text for that. If you dodge an attack, there's going to be a little dodge text that will appear. Oh yeah, and in your portal here, you can see the difficulty of this level. So if you unlock the next one, you'll know if it's possible to do. If something is too hard to complete, you can always stock up on potion here. Those potions will always be available. And as you progress in the game, more item will appear in this shop. And here I have an unblemished bundle of grass of regeneration. That could be good. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for this update. I spent a lot of time working on the inventory system to make sure it was how I wanted it to be and make it easy to reuse. So yeah, if you want to try the game, it's on itch.io. I'll leave a link in the description. If you play it, well, let me know how you find it. I'll be happy to hear your feedback if you have ideas on stuff to add. Until then, I'm gonna be working on the other project, Project 42 Gildash. And yeah, the next video will probably be the next part for the inventory system. I'm probably gonna do some fix, as I found a few problems, and upgrade a few parts. After that, it's gonna be the crafting. And a big thank you to my patrons, and a special thanks to Lithaline. Thanks a lot. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye!